Hi everyone. Welcome aboard, and thank you for joining us on this journey into maritime history. Today, we explore the elegant and purposeful design of La Recouvrance, a modern replica of a 19th century French naval schooner. But to truly understand her story, we must begin with her origins, in the naval shipyards of post-Napoleonic France. The original inspiration for La Recouvrance came from a class of ships known as the Irish schooners, first designed in 1817 by French naval engineer Hubert. In the aftermath of the Napoleonic Wars, the French Navy needed fast, agile vessels to maintain its overseas communications, patrol coastal waters, and extend its presence across the globe. The Iris-class schooners were the answer, small, swift, and equipped with gaff-rigged sails and a square topsail for maximum maneuverability. Only 5 vessels were built from the Iris design, but their role was critical. They served as courier ships, entrusted with carrying urgent military dispatches across the seas, a lifeline of information in an era when every hour counted. These schooners also had broader duties, monitoring merchant shipping lanes, protecting French economic interests, and, in some cases, helping to combat the transatlantic slave trade along the African and Caribbean coasts. La Recouvrance, launched in the early 1990s, is not a direct copy of one specific schooner, but rather a faithful interpretation of the Iris-class design. She was named after the Recouvrance district of Brest, and her name holds deep symbolic meaning. It traces back to the statue of Notre-Dame de Recouvrance, the Virgin Mary of Recovery or Return, once housed in a local church. She was invoked by sailors and their families, praying for safe passage and homecoming, a powerful reminder of the human stories that filled the decks of such vessels. The idea of recreating a 19th century French naval schooner wasn't born in a vacuum. In 1990, a bold proposal emerged, to build a faithful replica of an Iris-class Aviso, right in the heart of Brest, where ships like these had once been designed, launched, and crewed. The idea quickly gained momentum. Both public and private organizations in Brest rallied behind the vision. Together, they formed an association called Goélette La Recouvrance, specifically tasked with overseeing the ambitious project. It wasn't just a shipbuilding effort, it was a community endeavor, a revival of maritime heritage that brought together historians, engineers, craftsmen, and volunteers alike. Construction began in 1991, and it was anything but ordinary. Skilled shipbuilders worked side by side with volunteers, combining traditional techniques with modern precision. The hull took shape steadily, and in 1992, the partially completed La Recouvrance was ceremoniously launched during the Brest Maritime Festival, a fitting tribute to both her historic inspiration and the passion of the people behind her. Her rigging and finishing touches were completed the following year, and by 1996, full operational control was transferred to SUPERsmHEROES Brest, the organization that now manages her voyages and public programs. Today, La Recouvrance is not a museum piece locked away behind glass, she is a living ship, with sails aloft and a course set toward open waters. She departs regularly from Brest, offering day cruises for up to 25 passengers and overnight voyages for 12 lucky travelers, giving them the chance to experience life aboard a traditional gaff-rigged schooner. La Recouvrance is a proud ambassador of French naval history, appearing at maritime festivals across Europe, where she represents a thriving connection between tradition and the present. Thanks for watching.